The myth of having it all. Redefining success in a busy life. Every person carries a story. Every season of life teaches us something. Welcome to the Grounded Goddess. Real conversations about life, growth, purpose, and finding your balance. I'm Tiffany Ornelas, and I'm so glad you're here inside the Grounded Circle. This is a place where we slow down, reflect, and have honest conversations about what it means to pursue the people and passions we love while still honoring ourselves along the way. So settle in and let's begin today's conversation. I think one of the biggest lies many of us have believed is that we're supposed to have it all. A successful career, a thriving family, a clean house, a healthy body, time for ourselves, meaningful friendships, financial security, perfect relationships. Somewhere along the way, having it all became the definition of success. But I don't think many of us ever stop to ask a very important question. At what cost? Because when I really think about it, I don't know anyone who truly has it all. What I do know are people who are carrying a lot, people who love deeply, people who work incredibly hard, people who are trying to show up for everyone they care about. And if I'm being honest, I've been one of those people. There was a season in my life when every single day it felt like a race. I was balancing my career, raising 4 amazing kids, supporting my family, writing books, traveling to basketball tournaments, managing practices, school schedules, appointments, deadlines, meals, laundry, and all of the little things that somehow become the big things. Life wasn't bad. In fact, there were so many beautiful moments. Watching my children grow, cheering from the sidelines, holding one of my books for the first time, helping others through my work. There was so much to be grateful for. But underneath of it all, I was exhausted. Not because I didn't love my life, but because I believed that loving my life meant every part of myself away, giving every part of myself away. I remember looking around one day and realizing I could tell you everyone else's schedule, but I couldn't tell you the last time I had simply sat down without feeling guilty. Even when I had a free hour, my mind immediately went to everything else that still needed to be done. There was always another email, another load of laundry, another practice, another project, another responsibility. Rest started to feel irresponsible. Taking care of myself felt selfish. And somehow along the way, I quietly accepted the belief that this was just successful women did. This is what we did. We carried everything. We handled everything. We figured everything out. Looking back now, I realized something important. I wasn't failing. I was succeeding at an expectation that was never sustainable. So many of us confuse being busy with being fulfilled. Our calendars are full. Our to-do lists never end. We accomplish one thing, then move on to the next. We celebrate for a moment before asking ourselves, what's next? Somewhere we learn that productivity equals worth. That if we're constantly doing, achieving, fixing, helping, or producing, then we're valuable. But here's what I've been learning. Productivity is something what we do. It is not who we are. Our worth isn't measured by how many people need us. It's not measured by how much we accomplish. And it's certainly not measured by how exhausted we become. One of my favorite reminders is this. Success should be sustainable. I'll say that again. Success should be sustainable. Because if the life we're building constantly leaves us depleted, if every moment or accomplishment comes at the expense of our health, if every opportunity costs us our peace, then maybe it's time to redefine what success actually means. For me, Balance has never meant giving every area of my life, the same amount of time. That's impossible. Some seasons require more work. Others require more than family. Others require us to slow down and care for ourselves. Balance isn't equality. It's about intentional alignment. It's asking ourselves, am I living in a way that reflects what truly matters to me? Not what everyone else expects, not what social media celebrates, but what genuinely matters. I'd like to leave you with a question today. If no one else was watching, if there was no expectations, no comparisons, no pressure to prove yourself, what would success actually look like for you? Would it be earning another promotion? Would it be crossing more things off your list? Or would success look like sitting around the dinner table with people you love? Would it be reading a book without feeling guilty? Would it be taking a walk after work? Would it be saying no to something to you could finally say yes to yourself? There isn't a right answer, but there is an honest answer. And I think that's the one worth listening to. Here's something I'd love for you to try this week. Take out a notebook. Write down the 5 things that matter most in your life. Not what should matter, what truly matters. Then open your calendar. Look at how you've spent your time this week. Does your calendar reflect those priorities? If it doesn't, don't judge yourself. Don't try to change your entire life overnight. Instead, ask yourself one simple question. What's one small change I can make this week that better aligns my time with what matters most? Because lasting change isn't built through giant leaps. It's built through small, intentional choices made over and over again. Maybe we've been chasing the wrong definition of success. Maybe having it all isn't the goal. The goal may be creating a life that reflects our values. A life where we can pursue our dreams without abandoning ourselves. A life where we can care deeply for others while remembering that we matter too. Because success isn't measured by how much we carry. It's measured by how intentionally we live. And I believe that's a much healthier definition of success. Thank you for spending this time with me inside the Grounded Circle. I hope today's conversation reminded you that success doesn't have to come at the expense of your peace, your health, or your sense of self. Take what serves you, leave what doesn't, and permit yourself to move forward with intention and grace. Until next time, stay grounded, honor your journey, and remember, you are allowed to pursue your purpose while still honoring yourself along the way.